Hello, my name is John Bartholomew. In the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is for you to create an InstantAtlas interactive dynamic report. This is a report where you combine statistics that you may have into an interactive dashboard, which usually contains a map. So what I have here is the InstantAtlas Dynamic Report Publisher. I will need data in Excel. And I will also need an industry standard shapefile. The theme of my report is infectious diseases, and specifically here the recent influenza A H1N1 outbreak in Mexico. And what I want to show in this report are the day-by-day cases. So what I do first is use a very simple wizard-driven process in the InstantAtlas publisher to create my report step by step. I can choose different templates. These are different templates. These can be double maps, area profiles, but in this case, I'm going to choose to create a single map template with a time series and a ranked bar chart. So I've selected my template, I hit next. Now I need to select a shapefile, in this case, the state boundaries of Mexico. I check to make sure that this data here is using a feature code that coincides with the codes that are in my Excel spreadsheet. And if they weren't, I would paste the correct codes into my spreadsheet to make sure that the statistics align correctly with their geography. This one is okay. I'm going to hit next. And the first time round, I'm just going to publish a fictitious data file just to make sure that my report is working correctly. And then I'm going to hit next. I can here add a contextual geography, which might be, for example, municipal boundaries or county boundaries. In this case, I don't want an additional layer, so I'm going to skip that step. I have the option here of adding a background map. I don't need one at this time, but it could add context if you wanted to include a background map for your audience. I hit next, and I'm going to give my base geography a name. We'll call it States of Mexico. And my report, influenza A H1N1 Mexico. And I can change the color profile. Let's choose a green for this particular report. Hit next. Choose the folder in which I want to save my report and hit publish. I'm going to hit unpack report now into that same folder, and that will take a little while. And meanwhile, let's look at the data once again. Now here I only have one theme and one indicator, but there's pretty much no limit to the number of indicators that I can have in a single report. What you get with the software is a special add-in which enables you, for example in Excel, to export the data in the right XML format which InstantAtlas needs. So assuming you've already prepared your data in this way, using your indicator columns and geographies organized in rows, you're ready to export the data. I just got word from my publisher that the report is ready, so I'm going to hit view, and this will launch my browser and hopefully show me an interactive report with a single map template containing fictitious data. This shouldn't take long to load. And you'll see here that for the moment everything seems to be working in the normal way. I'm happy with that. I can choose other color palettes. So this report seems to be working well. So I'm going to go back to Excel and I'm going to export the data from my spreadsheet into the same folder that I created the report in. So I save that. And while it's working, I'm going to pull up the report again, and as soon as I get a signal from Excel that the data file has been correctly prepared, which I just received, I can in fact refresh this report and hopefully it will load with my data. Fingers crossed. So that's as easy as it is to create an interactive dynamic report. Here you see it now containing my statistics. I'm going to perhaps choose now the highest, the state with the highest number of cases, in this case the Federal District of Mexico, and you'll see here a time series chart which has the cases cumulatively. If I want to take a closer look at that, I can maximize it, and so on. With a bit of work then with the designer, if you're a perfectionist, you may want to spend longer on this. You can then create a report that looks like this. This one includes palettes and backgrounds and specifications for each of the elements which meet the needs of your audience. So that's it. It's simple. Please try it for yourself. And for more information on other parts of the software, please look at the other videos that will be presented to you after this presentation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is John Bartholomew. I would like to take a few minutes now to share with you a project I did for the Health Planning Council of Northeast Florida. Now the goal here was to have an easy, dynamic way of showing data interactively on their website. I'm drawing that data from police departments, the health departments, social services. I want to show you this because it really is this easy for you to do the same in your own communities and have compelling and engaging reports for your website. What you see here is an Excel spreadsheet, very simply arranged. In this case, we are covering 7 counties of Florida. These are arranged in rows, and the indicators are arranged in columns. In this case, each indicator has 3 time periods. Now, in order to show this on the web, I need to use a tool called InstantAtlas Publisher, which I'm going to launch now. Now I hit next, and I have a choice of a number of templates, each fulfilling a different type of purpose of visualization. In this case, I want to show a simple map with a table and a time series. So I'm going to choose the single map template and hit next. And now I choose a map file that matches the data that I wish to show. In this case, this is an industry standard county shapefile of Florida. These shapefiles are available widely on the internet. I'm going to make sure that the code fields that are in my shapefile coincide with the code fields that I'm using in Excel. This will assure that the map and the data will come together properly. This being the case, I will hit next. And at the beginning, I create a demo data file just to make sure that the report is working in the technical way that I would like. I have a chance here of adding a contextual layer. What I'm going to do is take the surrounding Florida counties into my report to add a context. Click Next. Skip the step of background mapping, which I don't need for this report, and give my layers each their own names. I'm going to call this Northeast Florida counties, and for the rest of Florida, just call it counties. Give my report a title, call this Demo 1. To match the styling and branding of the organization for which this report is destined, I'm going to take a green palette at the beginning. I can change this later. Hit Next, choose a folder in which I'm going to put my report, and publish. And in a few seconds the report is created. I will unpack it into the same folder and take a first look at it. Now what I can do in the meantime is pull up my Excel spreadsheet and prepare the data file with a special add-in that comes with the software for Excel. I click on a button. This prepares the data file to put into my report, and while that's happening I'm going to make sure that my report is functioning properly. Which it is. Now I get the signal from Excel that the data is ready. All being well, if I refresh my report now, I should see my data being brought in and populating the different graphics and the map. And here you have it. Now I want to make some additional changes now. So I'm going to open the folder and take the configuration file into the InstantAtlas Designer. And looking at this, what we might want to do is reduce the size of the table, have a bigger map. Let's do that. So let's take the table first. We only have 7 counties to cover. Let's move the bar chart into this little space here. Same with the time series. Of course, if one's a perfectionist, one could spend a long time on this, but the results, even with very quick strokes, can be quite staggering. Let's have a much bigger map. And I'm going to bring in a metadata box to include notes about my data. Put it down here. Let's change the default palette for the map to this red one. So let's take a red-yellow default palette for the map. Let's do some other minor cosmetic changes. Take the background rectangle, make the outer border black, and the inner fill a light grey tone. And change the title of the report, for instance, to black as well. I can save that, refresh my report, and I have already a very appealing and attractive report created in 5 minutes that I could already give to my webmaster and put on my website. Let's look at a particular indicator here, for example in social and mental health, domestic violence. Let's see in this area where we have the biggest issues. Here on the ranked bar chart I can see that Duval County is up there at the top, and mouse over and see that Nassau and St. John's have the lowest levels of domestic violence. It's as simple as that. Do go to our website, download the software, and try this for yourself with your data in Excel. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye-bye.